Hello, everybody. Happy Monday, and welcome back to the digital edition of NHL Now. We are kicking off the week with Jason Zucker of the Pittsburgh Penguins, and I hear quarantine's got you back on the Blades. True or false?
Yes, yeah. It was kind of a throwback to when I was a kid. It's been fun. It's definitely a little bit different. I prefer ice nowadays, that's for sure.
Yeah, for viewers out there, Jason, that know about rollerblades, obviously watch you guys play ice hockey and see on ice skates. What's the difference? Is there a difference?
Yeah, I think it's a very different stride, as far as skating goes. I think, very simply, with wheels, being that a front wheel, it changes the way that you can skate and not having an edge to actually dig into the ice with and little things like that. So it is a little bit different. I feel in roller hockey, you end up going a little bit more backwards rather than out, at that angle. Maybe that's just my skating style, but there are quite a few differences. So if you were skating way too much on roller skates, it'd be a little bit different when you got back on the ice for sure.
This might be a really stupid question, but I'm going to ask it anyways. Is the knuckle puck a thing in roller hockey in real life? Or is that just a Mighty Ducks thing?
I think that's a Mighty
No,
Ducks
I feel
thing. I will say, if you have the ability to pull off a knuckle puck in a game, no matter roller or ice, kudos to you. That's impressive.
Okay.
Hey,
I had to ask. Come on.
Listen, you know what? You do have to ask because sometimes you never know.
You never know.
In this case,
I think
we did know.
Yeah, I don't have that skill. I don't have the skill to pull something off like that. That's for sure.
Hey, I read the story about, you being on the rollerblades in your neighborhood, and you had a couple different ways to do it. And there was one where you're just kind of zipping through the neighborhood. I mean, I can't imagine you're fast. I mean, if I was just taking a normal walk on a weekday, just trying to get out of my house, and I saw you zipping along, might be concerned. I mean, how fast were you going out there?
Well, I'm trying to stay away from all the hills, going down the hills at least. I do some sprints going up them. But what I'm really Minnesota has so many potholes in the road. I've got to be careful. I'm like jumping over potholes. I'm being a little careful. I'm going pretty slow. It's more about just getting the motion of skating and using those muscles a little bit.
Yep.
So it's more about that than it is about actually skating extremely hard.
Okay. Fair enough. Well, the other part of this quarantine life for you is parenting. You've got 3 kids, I believe, at home. What have you learned about yourself through the process of being home 24/7 with your kids? I'm sure you've got, certain types of schooling activities you have to do, and then just keeping them occupied and entertained when there's a lot of restrictions in place, keeping you from being able to go places.
Yeah, what I've learned is I need much less than I actually have in my life, which is great. We can keep the kid. We don't need toys at the house. We started like just purging toys. We're like, we don't need these. We don't use these. Kids are outside more now. The weather's actually nice, which is great. But it's been so I have a 10-year-old girl, 2.5-year-old boy, and a 1-year-old girl. And so the 10-year-old, with her in school, we're learning all the, I realized how little I retained from school. When she's asking me about math and all these things, I have no idea. I'm just Googling things and trying to help her. But then the 2 little ones, it's mainly just keeping them busy. I've got my little guy on skates, and every once in a while skating around. And, luckily we have a little playground in the side yard of the house. We have them out there on the playground. We're outside, going for walks and things. And again, luckily the weather's been pretty nice. So it's been good to get them outside and have some fun with them.
Well, listen, don't feel bad. You're not the only one that didn't retain a lot because, they're calling me the sieve around here. So I didn't retain very much either. I can tell you that.
She just did the old states and capitals here, and it's pretty funny trying to remember what some of the capitals of, it's pretty fun. And then there's some that she'd say that I'm like, oh, I remember that. Not that I would have remembered if she asked me, but it rung a bell. And there's a few I'm like, that's not even a real place. There's no way that's real. That's got to be a lie.
Well, I heard you have a dog too now. So what's that been like? Because you already have 3 kids. Now you're adding a puppy.
Yeah. Well, the crazy part about that is I surprised my wife and kids with the dog. And almost got a divorce shortly after.
Really? Nice.
No, I'm just kidding. She no, she loved the dog, but it was a big surprise, and it was like, you know, I shouldn't have done that. I should have consulted at least my wife and not surprised everybody. But no, it's been really good. He's a great puppy. It's been fun, and again, it's been good to get him outside, and it's more of an excuse to get the kids outside more and go for walks and we can't go to the park, but just go for walks around the neighborhood and bring the dog out, and it's been good.
How were you able to keep that a secret? Is that
That's
an
a
easy
good
secret?
question.
Yeah.
That's a good question. Luckily I went through a friend of mine that, you know, their dog was having puppies type thing, and so we were able to kind of just keep it in house, and it was just I felt weird. I was like hiding text messages from my wife, like not letting her see, like, you know, and it's like, no, it's just a dog breeder. That's all. Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. Now give us the background. What kind of dog is it? What's the name of the dog? And is it fitting in? Is it like, you know, is it trained? I mean, some of these dogs when early on, you got a lot of work to do.
It's a lot of work. You're taking him out like every 20 minutes, every half hour, because he's all over the place, but he's getting better. He's training pretty well. He's a golden doodle, and his name is Winston, and my wife named him Sir Winston Furchill, which is, if you know my wife, you'll understand all of that. So yeah, Winston, and he's been a great pup. The kids absolutely love him. They just run around with him all day in the house, and we're working on you know, the little puppy, like biting and potty training. Those are really the two things that we're working on every day with him.
Well, that's actually great timing for you, because that probably occupies a lot of your day, is the dog in quarantine and training and playing and doing all of those things. But we always chat with you about your Give 16 Foundation whenever you come on. Obviously, we're in a unprecedented time right now in the world. What's going on with Give 16?
Yeah, we just actually released all of the hats that we did for this year's campaign with Unreal, and you can find them at unrl.co. So we released all 16 hats. Unfortunately, with the trade and then with coronavirus and the season stopping, we had to kind of put it all on hold, and so we decided to just release all of them. Our goal is $32,000 for the hat campaign this year through Unreal, going back to the Zucker Family Suite and Broadcast Studio. So we're up and running. The hats are selling well so far. We would love more support from everybody, you know, getting involved. And again, everything is going back to the University of Minnesota Masonic Children's Hospital here. And it's been a lot of fun. Unreal is an amazing company doing amazing things with their hats. And it was a fun collaboration to get them done. And, you know, I'm wearing one right now. It's kind of an everyday hat for me, which has been fun. So it's been great. And again, thank you guys for asking about it.
All right. Well, people
we see Rupper,
get involved.
We see Rupper. Yeah, we see Rupper rocking the hats all the time.
Does he? Nice.
Studio.
I gotta send him some more then.
He does. They're nice hats. Yeah,
they do a great job.
Yeah, they're great. They're great. So you guys do so much for the community. So we appreciate the time. We appreciate you coming on and hanging out with us. And hopefully, we got to get one hockey question here. I know we're running out of time, but what do you make of this, you know, potential 24-team playoff format? The idea that maybe 12 teams are going to be isolated in Vegas. What do you make of all this stuff when you see these ideas and hypothetical situations coming out?
Well, I mean, I'll say for mine, it's exciting because it means we're progressing towards possibly playing, and I think all of us, the goal is to play and hopefully still have a chance to win a cup. And so for us, I don't care what the format is. You know, for me, we just want to play hockey. We want to play hockey, and we want to have a chance to win. And you know, the other side of it for me is, I think a big topic for a lot of people is, you know, the family aspect and making sure that we don't have to get separated from our families. I think that's a big topic for me and a lot of guys with families. But overall, I think we just want to play, and we're excited about the format, whatever that may be. I'm excited to get back with the guys and get back training and getting back on the ice.
And if absolutely, it has to be in Vegas, great.
Vegas is always great.
Listen, thank you again. We appreciate the time, and hopefully we'll see you back on the ice sooner rather than later.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it.